Welcome everyone to day 3 of Camp Kratky. Today's video, I'm going to talk to you about why the Kratky method is perfect for beginners. Not just beginner hydroponic gardeners, but really any beginner gardener, because there's virtually no maintenance. It's really easy. It also looks really cool. So you can grow these in your house, in your kitchen, to start filling your house with Kratky gardens. Everything in this video I'm going to teach you is what you're going to need to know to grow. So let's get into it. So alongside the information I'm going to give you in these videos for Camp Kratky, I also have the Camp Kratky guided workbook, which is going to be updated every single day with the information corresponding to each video. So make sure you go download that completely free at humblegrowthhydroponics.com. When you download it, you'll also be entered into a raffle, which I'll tell you more about as we get closer towards the end of the month. Okay, so the Kratky method, or non-circulating passive hydroponics. Let's go back to its origin in the mid-90s. There's a professor at the University of Hawaii who was researching non-circulating passive hydroponics and started documenting papers on his findings. His name was he's still alive, he's still a researcher there even to this day. His name is Bernard Kratky. Little did he know he would become an internet sensation, and we would recoin non-circulating passive hydroponics to the Kratky method after him, and people would fall in love with the Kratky method as a great stepping stone into gardening. Let me explain the methodology and what exactly the Kratky method is, because it's not just a Kratky garden, it's a whole method, it's a whole different way of growing. It's passive. So whenever you set something up passively, you do have to have a few things that you consider with your initial setup of one of these gardens. I have a guide on Humble Growth Hydroponics about setting up your non-circulating passive hydroponic garden, so while you're there checking out the Camp Kratky guidebook, you can also download that for completely free as well. So the principles behind the Kratky method are actually really simple and very ingenious. It requires two principles to be considered. One is, as the water evaporates, it's going to give the plant much needed air at the top. As the roots get larger, they're going to require more oxygen and carbon dioxide, and by allowing the water to go down and more air to be at the top, that's taking care of that. The other thing the plants are going to require as they get larger are a higher EC, more nutrients. As the water evaporates or becomes absorbed, it actually concentrates the nutrients at the bottom. So by the time the plant gets to the very bottom, the nutrients have concentrated and there's plenty of air for those roots. So the things that we have to consider as the Kratky gardener are the size of the vessel to make sure that the water evaporates enough to present air at the top, and the amount of nutrients that we will initially put into our garden, because if we put in too high of nutrients off the bat, it'll concentrate too much by the time we get to the bottom. So we have to be very aware of that. Now, those are basically just the principles of the Kratky method. This means that if you have a general understanding of what I just said, then you can start growing in the Kratky method right now. Just go get yourself a jar, a bucket, something that you can fill with water and hydroponic nutrients. Download that guide that'll tell you exactly how to do all that and mix your nutrients and which nutrients to use, and make yourself a little Kratky garden. You don't have to do anything. You allow the water to evaporate, you allow the air to enter the jar, as well as the nutrients to concentrate by the time your plant's ready to either harvest or to move to another Kratky garden. This has been a really quick video because the Kratky method is really simple. There's no need to dive in to make something more convoluted or complicated than it needs to be. It's really just a matter of paying attention to the initial nutrients when you load it, and paying attention to the size of the container to make sure that your plants aren't going to absorb that water too quickly and cause issues for you. So we're going to go over all of these little nuanced things throughout this entire month, and all the Kratky videos that I'm making are going to be building blocks that you can learn upon to become a Kratky gardening master. I hope this video has given you a little clearer understanding of what exactly non-circulating passive hydroponics, or the Kratky method, is, and I'm really excited for you to go out and try for yourself. So I'll see you tomorrow for another Camp Kratky video. Let's grow together.